Hey guys, welcome to lesson 4. What is sensitive information and non-sensitive information? This is important because most hacks occur to get your data. Social engineering is based on getting the hacker to the data and to the information. So, in trying to protect that information, you have to understand what the non-sensitive information is versus the sensitive information. So, non-sensitive information refers to information that it has no restrictions. It's typically information you can find publicly, and if it's information that's within your organization, it's not something that is going to hurt you. It's also found in available uh, public places, the internet, through Google searches, and based on common knowledge. Now, for sensitive information, um, it is information that can hurt a company or a person if disclosed. The confidential business information refers to information whose disclosure may harm the business. Such information may also include trade secrets, sales and marketing plans, new product plans, notes associated with patentable inventions, and many more. Can you imagine if your company invested a lot of money doing research and development to come up with a new product, and then before you actually release this product, someone stole the secret formula? So that's confidential business information or sensitive information. So when it relates to customers, we've all heard about the big massive data breaches where they steal people's personal information. Well, the customer information is what many people think of first when they consider sensitive data. This information includes things like your name, your home address, the payment card payments information, social security numbers, email, application attributes, and more. Now, this is important because this information individually may not be very valuable, like your name or your address. But when you put all of this information together, it allows a hacker to assume your identity. It allows identity theft, and it allows them to use your identity to gain access to things belonging to you. Okay, so now if we're in a company and we're thinking about sensitive data, employee data in many ways, similar to customer information, the employee's name, addresses, social security numbers, maybe even things like their health records become very sensitive information because it can be used to disrupt their lives. A prime example of sensitive data and real world vulnerability is the recent unemployment fraud that we've seen across the United States. So, what happens is if someone has all of that information, they can file for unemployment benefits and have a check in your name sent to them. And so they've assumed your identity and they are now collecting your benefits. So when it comes to intellectual property and trade secrets, nearly every company has them. And if you develop software, it could be the code. The code becomes very important. That is your intellectual property. So examples of sensitive data could also extend to product specifications, competitive research, or anything that would fall under non-disclosure agreements with a vendor. Specifically, let's say that company A is developing a phone and company B is helping with a design component. If company B is breached, company A is vulnerable to having sensitive information exposed, which could be catastrophic. Therefore, company A always makes company B sign a non-disclosure agreement saying that they will not disclose the information to anyone else outside of company A and company B's relationship. So let's talk operational and inventory information. This becomes really important. It's sensitive information because it's that business information that helps a company run. And for businesses that sell physical products, it's likely they don't want sales figures disclosed publicly or accessed by their competitor. Now, when they're a public company on a stock exchange, they will have to reveal this information. But when you're a private company, you don't have to make these types of things public, meaning you don't have to make your pricing list public. Because if you did, your competitors could just put out lower prices because they would know how to undercut or undersell you in every situation. So sensitive data is not always personal or individual data, but sometimes it's company-wide data. And then there's industry-specific data. Depending on which industry you're in, there may be specific examples of sensitive information you need to protect. So in retail, you might have a focus on protecting customers' payment card data, whereas those in healthcare will want to protect people's digital health records. Those medical records can be used against a person to blackmail them. They can also be used to maybe give somebody higher insurance rates. So in any case, that data becomes important to someone. And it's not always necessarily a good thing. And so for that purpose, we think of the consequences and we protect that data.